Have you ever thought about how something as small as a computer virus can disrupt global systems? It's a sobering thought, isn't it? In the vast world of technology, it's the smallest threats that often pose the greatest dangers. And among these threats, computer viruses and worms are some of the most potent. Understanding computer viruses and worms is crucial, not just for computer enthusiasts or professionals, but for everyone who interacts with technology in their daily life. These invisible adversaries are malicious software, or malware, designed with one primary objective: to cause harm. They are the digital equivalent of biological pathogens, infecting our devices and networks with their destructive code. Computer viruses, just like their biological counterparts, are capable of self-replication. Once they infiltrate a system, they reproduce, spreading their harmful code throughout. Each subsequent copy of the virus can then infect other systems, creating a chain reaction of digital destruction. Worms, on the other hand, are a type of standalone malware that can self-replicate and spread without human intervention. These silent lurkers can quickly multiply and spread across networks, causing widespread damage before anyone even realizes they're there. The potential damage these digital pathogens can inflict is massive. From slowing down your system to wiping out data, stealing sensitive information, or even causing entire networks to crash, the impact of these invisible threats is far-reaching. In the worst-case scenarios, they can disrupt critical infrastructure, bringing businesses, governments, even entire countries to a standstill. But fear not, for knowledge is power. By understanding these invisible threats, we can better protect ourselves and our digital world. Remember, these viruses and worms don't just attack large corporations or government agencies. They can infect anyone, anywhere, at any time. Your smartphone, your laptop, even your smart fridge could be at risk. Now that we've established the gravity of the situation, it's time to delve into the specifics of these invisible threats. So buckle up and prepare to dive into the fascinating, albeit a bit scary, world of computer viruses and worms. So, what exactly is a computer virus? It's not a biological entity, but it behaves very much like one. Now let's break this down. A computer virus is a malicious software program that, much like a biological virus, can replicate itself and spread from host to host. It's a cunning piece of code that often attaches itself to clean, legitimate files in your system. Once the infected file is opened or run, the virus activates, potentially infecting other clean files, and the cycle continues. Imagine the computer virus as a hitchhiker. It latches onto a file, a program, or a document and travels along with it. When this file is shared or transferred, the virus spreads, infecting more and more systems, and each time it reproduces, it's a carbon copy of the original, just as potent, just as destructive. The damage a virus can cause varies widely. It might slow down your system, corrupt your files, or even take control of your computer. In some cases, it can steal sensitive information or render your computer completely unusable. There are several types of computer viruses, each with its unique characteristics. File infector viruses, for example, attach themselves to executable files. When you run the infected file, the virus also runs. System or boot record infectors target the system area of a disk or the boot sector of a hard drive. Once your system is booted up, so is the virus. Macroviruses, on the other hand, target software applications like word processors and spreadsheets. They infect the macros within these applications, which are then used to spread the virus. In essence, a computer virus is a parasitic entity. It relies on the host for its survival, using the host's resources to replicate and spread, causing harm in the process. It's a digital menace, a hidden threat that can strike when you least expect it. Viruses might seem like the ultimate cyber enemy, but there's another digital predator lurking in the shadows: the computer worm. If a computer virus is a parasite, then a worm is a predator, hunting and multiplying without any need for a host file. To fully understand this lurking predator, we must first dive into the concept of a computer worm. Picture this: a self-replicating program that doesn't need to attach itself to an existing program to cause havoc. That's a worm for you. It operates independently, making it a unique and particularly menacing type of malware. While a virus needs a user to unknowingly spread it, a worm is far more autonomous. It has the ability to spread across networks by exploiting security flaws, all without any user action. It then replicates itself, infecting other computers, and the cycle continues. In essence, a worm is like a wildfire, spreading rapidly and causing widespread damage. But instead of consuming forests, it devours system resources, slowing down systems, or even worse, causing them to crash. Let's consider some real-world examples to understand the potential scale of damage. Remember the infamous I Love You worm from the year 2000? It caused estimated damages of $10 billion, reaching millions of users worldwide. Or the Conficker worm, which, at its peak, infected over 7 million computers across 190 countries. These examples highlight just how devastating a worm can be. It's not just about the financial losses, which can be astronomical, but also the loss of crucial data and the disruption of essential services. However, it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is that worms, like viruses, can be combated. Regular software updates, strong passwords, and a reliable antivirus program are just a few ways to keep these cyber predators at bay. And remember, knowledge is power. The more we understand these threats, the better equipped we are to protect ourselves and our digital world. As we can see, both viruses and worms are formidable threats in the cyber world, but knowledge is our best defense. Understanding computer viruses and worms is crucial in today's digital age. These invisible threats, lurking in the hidden corners of your system, can cause immense damage. They can replicate themselves, infecting files and programs, slowing down, or even crashing your system. The anatomy of a virus is complex, but understanding it helps us recognize and prevent them. Worms, on the other hand, are independent malicious programs that spread across networks without needing to attach themselves to host files. They consume bandwidth and system resources, causing networks to slow down or even halt. In this digital age, cybersecurity is not just about installing the latest antivirus software. It's about being aware and staying vigilant. Every click, every download, every email you open could potentially be a gateway for these threats. Remember, in the world of cybersecurity, awareness is your strongest shield and knowledge is your sharpest weapon.